Hey, I shouldn't be telling you this, but if you skip this part of the video, you will miss out on the deal of a lifetime. If you click the link in the description, you will see that Atlas VPN are giving out an offer to get a 3-year subscription for just $1.83 per month. That's less than Netflix's latest price increase. Plus, it comes with 3 months for free and a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's the best VPN on the market, and you can use it to watch shows that are not available on streaming services in your country. So you can watch Friends on UK Netflix, no matter where you are in the world, as long as you have a subscription to Netflix. You can even use it on unlimited devices, so everyone in your house can watch Friends on UK Netflix at once. And they keep your searches private, so that we'll all finally stop spying on you. But remember, time is of the essence if you want to get this offer. Just $1.83 per month to get a 3-year subscription by clicking the link in the description below.
Today I fucked up by accidentally calling child services on my neighbor. I moved into a new apartment in July. The building is brand new. I'm on the 2nd floor. There is a commercial space below me. They've been doing construction on that space for a few weeks now. There's loud noise from the construction that starts at 7 a.m. and goes until 4 p.m. most weekdays. Some days they start before 7 a.m. This is important to know. It's loud. It freaks out my cat, and makes the daytime challenging. I work from home. Many times, during business calls, I have to keep stopping my call and muting my mic because the construction is too loud. The law here states that construction noise must be during the hours of 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. during the week. So it's legal to have the noise during those hours. Sucks, but it's legal. I reiterate, I've been very frustrated with the noise. But not just the construction noise. Above me is a dog that barks for 30 minutes at a clip periodically throughout the day. And my next door neighbor has a young child that screams and screams, as children often do. I get it. It's all just overwhelming sometimes and very frustrating. They've been starting the construction noise before 7 a.m. a few days this week. Today, at 6:50 a.m., I had enough. I was tired, I was pissed, and my cat was freaking out. So I called the NYC complaint line, 311, to file a noise complaint since I know the construction shouldn't start until 7 a.m. I tell the operator the situation. I'm doing a little venting saying, "You operators worked from home during the pandemic. Imagine trying to get your job done while loud noise is coming from 3 different directions." So, we go through everything. The operator opened a ticket with the appropriate construction agency to make sure they address the work noise. She then asks about the dog and the child screaming. I tell her about it. Well, here's the fuck up. Apparently, the child screaming triggered a mandatory report for a child wellness check. I told her, no, I didn't want to do that, but it appears that I said the right keywords or something that they had concerns about child neglect. Fuck. I tried to stop it. Well, the police arrived about 20 minutes ago to the next door neighbor's apartment to do a wellness check. I overheard the woman saying, "Tell me who reported it." But the police were saying, it was anonymous. Eventually, the police said, "Hey, we get it, kids scream, but we have to follow up on the report someone left." Now, I have my new neighbor probably livid that someone called the cops on her because her kid is loud. I've never met her. It wasn't my intention to have the frickin' cops come. I just wanted the construction noise to stop. Too long did not read. I submitted a noise complaint for construction and accidentally called the cops on a screaming toddler. Are you sure these were 3 different situations? Maybe the child was screaming at the dog for doing poor construction work. Reminds me of the time I called police on a dark figure I saw looking into my neighbor's windows and trying to get in the door. Police come and do the guns drawn, get down on the ground, routine on him. Turns out it was my neighbor and he'd locked himself out of his house. It was a number of years before I had the balls to confess that it was me who called it in. He was a good sport about it. Better to check and have a pissed-off mother, than not to check and have an abused or dead child. Many states have mandatory reporter requirements. The operator likely does not have a choice in making the report. Today I fucked up by sending 40,000 pairs of socks to my grandmom's house. Proof and comments. Apologies for breaking rules earlier. So I run a non-profit for individuals in need in my community. Saw a company advertising that they give away 1 pair of socks for every pair sold. I send an email and ask for as many as we can get. Shoot for the moon, right? They ask for an address. My brain panics and gives the one I'm most primed to provide. My Grammy's, since she raised me and I know she has a double garage. So it's been about a week and I don't hear anything, forget about it and move on. Until today when I get an email, they are donating 200 boxes of socks and they were shipped yesterday. So many conflicting emotions. One on hand, I'm so excited to receive a donation this big. We are a very small org so this is a big deal. On the other hand, I'm hoping my Grammy doesn't get barricaded into her house by boxes of socks. Tears of joy. Currently waiting to see if there is any tracking info available so my friends and I can rent a U-Haul to move them all to storage. OFC there's also rain coming in our area the next few days. Woman facepalming. Too long did not read. Asked for a donation for my community nonprofit and got more than I could have imagined. Didn't know until after they shipped them all to my grandmom's house. That is a lot of socks. Hopefully you don't crash the sock market. Okay, horrible pun, but it was the only one I could think of. The first batch came tonight. This is about 25% of what is coming tomorrow. Tears of joy. Oxygen monophosphide has given Grammy socks. Grammy is FREE. How do they give away that many just by simply asking? Socks are expensive. As someone who has had to get clothing from a local community closet, it means a lot to the community that you are helping. This time of year socks are the most important thing homeless people need. You are a hero. Thank you. This is hilarious and amazing. I hope Grammy has a great sense of humor and loves you more than anyone else on the planet. So while she is wading through socks, she'll feel nothing but pride. Grin heart. Please let us know what happens. Today I fucked up by taking a 10 mg edible. This was actually yesterday at 4 p.m. I took a 10 mg edible. I didn't feel the effects when 2 hours passed, so I took another 10 mg. Within 30 minutes, the high hit me. I took a nap at 9 p.m. and woke up on the toilet. I remember stumbling my way to the toilet cause I had to pee. At this point, I am starting to become aware that I am the toilet, but my vision became blurry and I was nauseous. Then I couldn't see anything. I tried to widen my eyes to make sure my eyes were open, but it felt like my eyes didn't exist and I had no vision. I blindly tried to walk back to my room, but my family is in the middle of a move so my parents are sleeping in the living room. What felt like 30 minutes of me stumbling and touching the wall trying to be quiet so my mom doesn't see my high and blind ass had only been 5 minutes. Before getting to my room I had walked to the front door. Thankfully my parents didn't wake up. When I got to my room, my TV was still playing from when I fell asleep earlier. I stared at it and my vision was starting to come back. I felt so relieved, laid in bed, went to grab my phone, but I couldn't find it. I figured I brought it to the bathroom but forgot it on the way back. I was just gonna grab it in the morning. Then I realized I left my room only in undies and a tank top wasn't much of a big deal, but never leave my room without clothes on during the day. I was starting to fall asleep, then my tummy starting getting upset so I was gonna try to take a shit. I put my clothes on this time. I turned on the hallway light to make sure I can see and walked to the bathroom. I saw my phone on the bathroom counter. I look at the toilet and there is diarrhea in there. Meaning I took a shit, didn't wipe my ass, and laid in my bed. I was concerned about my vision while being high and nauseous that I forgot to flush the toilet and forgot I took a shit. I sat down and continued my shit. I wiped my ass. I closed the lid and flushed the toilet, but something else took me by surprise. There was diarrhea on top of the toilet lid. Then it came back to me. When I first went to go pee it was really a shit. I sat down, didn't realize the lid was down and started to push. Realized the lid was down, lifted it up, said I'll clean it later. I was either still high as fuck or half asleep before becoming aware of myself first time in the bathroom. Cleaned up the shit on the toilet and my ass. Went to sleep, checked the time before I did and it was 12 a.m. Thinking back I probably didn't turn the lights on in the bathroom. This wasn't my first time taking anything more than 10 mg. I guess diarrhea and being high do not go well for me. Too long did not read. Took 2 10 mg edibles 2 hours apart. Took a nap. Diarrhea without remembering. In dark thinking I lost my vision. Mommy and daddy don't know I do drugs. I have a sneaking suspicion that your parents know you do drugs. The fact that I don't even feel anything below 100 mg makes me very jealous of this guy. I've mentioned it before, I was once given a 100 mg gummy, which is a person who hasn't used THC since I was a teen. I'm 38 now. I ate the whole thing and chewed it up really finely. I had also had 2 beers earlier that day, and I thought I was going to die. Edibles are nothing to F around with these days. This was actually yesterday at 4 p.m. I took a 10 mg edible. I didn't feel the effects when 2 hours passed, so I took another 10 mg. Rookie mistake. If the dose doesn't seem high enough, make note of it for next time. Don't take more now. If you thought 15 was bad, you should have body switched with me the time I took 500 mg my first time. I always say, give edibles 3 hours to feel the full effect.